Greetings. I just hit the live button, so we are supposedly live right now. How is everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Are there any real people out there? Or has everybody just been turned into some sort of zombie or robot? A zombot, if you will. All right. So far, who's here? We had a few people before the show even started in the chat hanging out. Trippy Walnuts, Hod D's here. Cool Story Bro is here. We did have some guy with the AE map here in chat trying to tell me I should just leave the shills alone. I should just leave them alone. I should just quit talking about it. Funny how a guy who calls himself a Christian and who has an AE map as his profile pic wants to give me the advice about what I should and shouldn't talk about on my channel. That's a quick way to get yourself removed from my channel. Hey man, don't talk about the shills. Just let everyone be as shilly as they want to, okay, Jake? Just let the shills run wild. You see, that's one of the things I do here because nobody else will do it. Everyone else is too much of a chicken shit to call out bad guys doing bad things. And so I'm here calling out all sorts of different bad guys, everything from the basic government to flat earth gatekeeping shills to anybody who I think is running a scam, doing harm, deceiving people, or anyone who I just flat out don't like. I have the right to criticize these people. All right, Tanya D here says much love. Jose Juan Morris says sup. Mandatory myocarditis says sup. Jake. Richard Barry says yee. Hi, Jake. Let's see. Fred Carr says, what up, Jake? Chiller Deluxe says, you had shave he was putting his face on. I actually did go shave earlier. So yeah, it's a fresh shave. Thanks for noticing. Let's see here. Erica Mars says, hi, Jake. Jason Stark says, why is up? Why is up? I don't know why is up. That's a good question. Oofmatic says, time to wreck shills. Time to wreck shills indeed. All right. It's a Flat Earth says, hi, brother. All right. So, got people loading in here to chat. So far, we're running smooth. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that the connection stays well connected because we had connectivity issues the last stream we did over here. It did about sensitive issues, topics. You never know. Stream could just whoop, get shut down. Oh, just like that. It says my connection's unstable. Right when I said that. The second I said that, it flashed a message saying that my connection was unstable. And then I just lost several people right away. Right away. They're doing it to me again. See, whenever I stream over on my backup channel, it doesn't mess up hardly at all. But then whenever I come over here, it seems like without warning, if I start talking about something they don't like, boom, connectivity issues. Cool Story Bro says, hey, Jake, are you planning to donate to Jaren's charity? I didn't know he had one, but I would never donate to anything that Jaren is doing. I would never support that government agent and clown. All right? Now, I've let these guys off the hook for a while. I haven't talked about them too much lately, but today we're going to get into it a bit again. And whenever I do this, they usually fire back with some sort of uh, straw man attacks and bull crap hit piece videos where they cut up clips of me, take things out of context, try and paint me out to be the bad guy. But I don't know if you guys have seen, you got Owen Benjamin, who just did the Baby Truther show yesterday. And so, any of you guys who've asked me about him in the past, hey, Jake, what do you think of Owen Benjamin? It's been brought up many times. And I always told you, he looks like a shill to me. Looks like a shill, sounds like a shill. I think he's a shill. Now he just went and proved it. He proved it. If you hang out with David Weiss and Jaron on the Baby Truther show, and then you help David Weiss promote his flat earth tracking app, that makes guilty by association. There is a such thing as being guilty by association. And if you hang out with well-known shillbags like David Weiss and Jaron, and you don't do your due diligence beforehand and figure out who these guys are, who you're going to be talking to, and then you help David Weiss push and promote the Flat Earth app, and then they exchange their shout outs for each other's channels. So Jaron and David Weiss would give shout outs to Owen Benjamin's websites and where they can find his content and ask them about what he's been up to lately. And then they sit there and talk about, of course, the Flat Earth tracking app. I've warned you guys about. You definitely don't want to download the Flat Earth tracking app. They can data mine and steal your information. Imagine David Weiss turning on your camera and staring at you. These are the possibilities when you download these apps and agree to these terms of service. You don't know what you're really agreeing to or how far the rabbit hole goes, pun intended. And these guys, it's obvious to me, they're here as controlled opposition, and they're here to gatekeep the subject of the flat earth and just conspiracy topics in general. And you saw Alex Stein go from the Baby Truther show. He got promoted over to InfoWars, and he did a guest appearance with Tucker Carlson. And then suddenly he has 100,000 new subscribers. Wow. A guy who was a cohort on the Baby Truther show shows up to a town hall meeting, acts like an idiot, a complete tard muffin, and he gets promoted to Alex Jones' show, selling male vitality products, chemicals, and bullshit to help your wellness and vitality. So we'll talk more about that, but let's start with Owen Benjamin first. So I guess this is the point where I get to say, haha, I told you so. People don't like it when I say that I told you so, but I did. I told you that guy seems like a shill, and now he went and proved it. So now we have proof. He went on the Baby Truther show, hung out with David Weiss and Jaron, and kissed their ass. Some people are going to want to give him a pass. Hey, Jake, just because he went on the Baby Truther show doesn't make him automatically a shill. Yes, it does. Yes, the fuck it does. If you go on the Baby Truther show and hang with shitbags like David Weiss and Jaron, then that makes you a shill, guilty by association, whether you like it or not. And so I always figured this guy was a shill, and now he just went ahead and completed the steps and proved it for us. So all I have to do is just go over to the episode he did, take a little screenshot, which I have, and then show that to people and say, look, see, he did the Baby Truther show. Shill confirmed. What more do you need? How many good, awesome people go hang out and do that show? Faith in the chat says, all associated with Jaron is a shill. Jaron says, I'm on Jake's payroll. Oh, yeah, my payroll. Sure. Right, the one that doesn't exist. See, here's the thing about being a legit truther is there's not a lot of real money to be made. A little bit of ad revenue if you can stick around on YouTube, but not much. And then some super chats here and there. You know, you can get some donations maybe. But if you're not running scams and you're not e-begging and you're not pushing a tracking app, then you're not going to make a whole lot of money. So there's not a lot of people who want to actually be a legitimate truther these days. Most people are scared shitless to open their mouth and let any truth out or say anything controversial because they're afraid of how they're going to look. So most people choose not to talk about anything controversial at all because they're afraid people will look at them as being crazy. They might lose their job. That they don't want their wife to find out that they talk about this sort of thing or that they're into this sort of thing. They don't want people at work to find out that they talk about this sort of thing or they're into this sort of thing. So the amount of people out there, such as myself, who have the actual balls to expose not only shills, but expose truth in general, it's a very, very minute bit of people in the world. There's very few people in the world who are going to lay it on the line and talk about this stuff. So I'm one of the few in the proud, and it's basically a thankless job, except for you guys in the chat. Outside of you guys in the chat, it can be a thankless job and a brutal job. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't see anyone else really calling these guys out. Like, who do you guys know who's calling out David Weiss, Owen Benjamin, and Alex Stein, and all these guys? And don't give me RV Truth, because that guy went on Patricia Steer's show and thanked her for helping him become a vegan. So he's not a real legitimate truther. All right. I've exposed him several times. I've exposed his name and his face. You can go see that on BitChute. He doesn't like it when you expose his name and his face. So you don't see many people exposing shills, taking the time and effort to point these guys out to you and explain why they're shills. So just as Alex Stein exits the Baby Truther show, he's like too famous for the Baby Truther show. So now he's no longer talking about flat Earth. So when he goes on InfoWars, he's not pushing flat Earth anymore. Now he's pushing Alex Jones approved topics and male vitality products. So they have this shitbag get promoted over to Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson, and then they just slip Owen Benjamin in there to fill his place. That's how low down the ladder of shillbaggery Owen Benjamin is. He's filling in for Alex Stein because Jaron and David Weiss are not funny at all, and they considered Alex Stein to be their comedic presence, which I find Alex Stein to be extremely annoying. And here in a little while, I might just do my impression of him, which some people consider to be the best Alex Stein impression of all. So you had Alex Stein as the comedian on the show, and so now they're bringing in Owen Benjamin to fill in the role the minute that Alex Stein leaves. And so if you're Owen Benjamin and you're not a shill, why wouldn't you just take the time to research who these guys are? Why wouldn't you realize they're A, pushing a debunked AE map, B, guys like Jaron were in a hit piece documentary, Behind the Curve. These guys are pushing the Flat Earth conferences, which was a big shill show, ripping people off for hundreds of dollars just so you can tell them that they live on an AE map under a dome. And then, of course, those conferences were infiltrated by mainstream media purposely. So he doesn't take any time to look into this. If he had just done just this much research on these guys, if we were to say if Owen Benjamin is real, why didn't he find the episode of them watching a woman get beaten while they make jokes? I called them out for watching a woman get beaten and making jokes. I called them out over and over again. I proved that they sat there and watched a woman get beaten. They made jokes, and I called them out for it while no one else seemed to care. While no one else gave a shit, I was the voice of reason saying, hey, look at these shillbags, not exposing any truth at all, lying and deceiving people, pushing a tracking app which data mines people and steals your info. And on top of it, they're going to watch a woman get beaten and laugh and joke about it. Am I the only one in the world who notices this and cares enough to expose it? Apparently so. Now, I know some of you guys have probably noticed it, but like I said, how many supposed truthers are out there exposing this shillbaggery? You don't see it. Hey guys, Richie from Boston here. I don't ever expose the real shills. All I do is fearmonger each and every day. I want you to be scared and buy my Patriot food supply. So, as they say, there is that. Right? Or you got Brian from High Impact Flicks, right? Does he expose the shills? No, never talks about them at all. In fact, it's always run of the mill bullshit. That's why I don't like Brian. And I think he's just as much of a shill as all of them. Hey guys, let me tell you about the 5 types of collagen. You're going to want to buy the 5 types of collagen if you want to stay healthy and buff like me. Let me tell you about what Joe Biden said today. Gas is going up 97 cents. Hey guys, this is straight theft. They're stealing your money. Taxation is theft. What you're going to want to do to avoid taxation is buy the. Hey, so apparently, what? Oh, they just did it again. They just did connectivity issues and took away like 30 people watching. It was about, it said like 155, and then it just dropped down to 120. Just that fast. It said connectivity issues, and then bam, I lost like 30 people. Such bullshit. Oh, don't make fun of Brian. Oh, why not? Is it going to hurt your little feelings that I think he's a shill? He went up against RV and didn't fare so well. Didn't the shitbag and shillbag that he is. Yeah, I think Brian's a total shillbag. I think he talks about government approved subjects so that he can keep making money selling his crap on YouTube. Anybody who sells powdered food products, anything that promotes wellness, supposed health, be very, very skeptical of these people. I know we all have to make a living, but then there's this such thing as integrity and deception. And if you're deceiving people and telling them that this powder in a bag is going to make them well or more healthy, it's bullshit. All right. They don't have any proof of it at all. And you don't even know if these people even take this shit that they sell and promote. And that's one thing I stand by is that I've never sold any sort of food product. I've never pushed any sort of wellness or vitality product on you guys. And so I'll be the last one to try and tell you guys to buy some shitty powder, lab made chemicals, and that they're going to change your life and make you well, increase your male longevity. Welcome back to InfoWars, folks. Folks, if you want to be well, you want to increase your male vitality, you want to increase your longevity in the bedroom, then you're gonna need my magic potions. My magic potions, all right. Uh, they they turn they turn gay frogs straight again. All right. If you put my magical male vitality longevity potions into the sewers, you're actually gonna see the gay frogs turn straight again. All right. We actually tested this and we saw the frog population shooting back up. Kenny Homer says, I would buy powder from you. Yeah, man, what kind of powder? I'll sell you some powder in a bag. It's cocaine, man. Hi, guys. Let me tell you about this new powdered product that I have. It's called cocaine. Order now and you can get 10% off cocaine, man. No, I'm kidding. I would never sell cocaine on the internet. If I was going to do it, I would do it secretively. All right. Faith says I would buy powder from Jake too. Well, fuck you guys. If you're gonna tell me that you want powder and that you're gonna buy it from me, now you're gonna make me want to totally just grind up some crap and sell it to you, right? Like go out and pick some random leaves off of a tree, like grind it up, put it in some capsules, and be like, "This is wellness, male vitality, female puss juicity pills. It will make your female vitality puss juicity have more viscosity. It will be exceptionally delicious. Order now, right?" Hey, is the stream going okay, or is it being glitchy or shitty? Because I saw my numbers were up to like 160, and then it just totally got down throttled, and I lost. It looks like half my viewers in a matter of like a couple minutes. It seems like. So, am I getting? Is my stream coming through okay on your guys' end? The numbers are shooting up and down kind of erratically, so I don't know what the hell's going on. People are saying it's glitchy and buffering. Yeah, they've been doing that on this channel a lot. Whenever I go live on my backup channel, it seems to be better quality, and we seem to last longer over there and have better connectivity. And then whenever I come over here, we have issues. I know my connection over here isn't the best, but it just seems like we've been getting screwed with a lot lately. Angelo Zapp with a $20 donation. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Rose Bellman in the chat says glitchy a bit. Yeah, I even restarted the computer and all that stuff before I went live to see if like that would help. We'll just keep rolling along for right now. All right. So for those of you now just joining us, let's go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Let's try and create as much good karma as we can. And we're going to go ahead and do a ceremonial Tokishi of this Bolskishi. All right. We haven't done one here in a while. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. If you got it, shove it in your bowl, pack it up, light it up, pack it up, pack it in. It's time to begin. All right. I want to see 75 thumbs up right here, right now. We're going to puff this down like Charlie Brown. All right. And now the numbers are shooting back up. This is good. This is good. See? Ceremonial Tokishi of the bowl. It's already improving the numbers and the connection. All right. Load it up, pack it up. Here we go. Breathe in the weed smoke. Breathe out the weed smoke. All right. Faith says need to do more FE content for sure. You know, the problem is the landscape has changed so much as far as the topic is concerned. And I can't really prove the exact shape of this place. Just proving curvature in and of itself, or lack of curvature, can be a pain in the ass as well. And there's always globers that'll say, "Oh, you didn't provide, you didn't account for refraction, you didn't account for your observer height, you didn't account for this, you didn't account for that." And so, basically, between their fictitious curvature calculator and the fact that they accept nothing as evidence, um, it's hard to even think of what you can do with the topic as far as making new content, because it was covered uh, like crazy back in 2015, 16, 17. And then by 18, the people were getting burnt out after the Netflix documentaries came out and made Flat Earth just look like a bunch of stupid bullshit because of all the shills that were running the show. And since then, the topics died down, and so all they do now is just have some controlled shitty debates where the shills basically just lose on purpose to the globe cucks. And so I wonder, like, well, what sort of video can be made that would even matter anymore? So I think about, yeah, making new flat Earth content, but the subject is tainted. Like I said, most people have made up their mind on it. You either know the Earth isn't a spinning ball, or you're dead set believing it's a spinning ball, and nobody's ever going to change that. Looks like Lee showed up. He's calling himself Let's Learn Something New. Says, just got your notification on YouTube. Fucking losers. You never stopped me watching, Jake. Yeah, I had to send out personal notifications to my mods because they don't notify my subs when I go live. So I had to send out notifications to my own subs. All right, looks like the numbers are back. So it looks like the ceremonial Toskishi of the Bolskishi actually helped improve things. So let's quickly jump back into the subject. Owen Benjamin, Shillbag. You guys have said, hey, what do you think of Owen Benjamin? Owen Benjamin seems funny. Jake, you should team up with Owen Benjamin. And I always said, you guys, he seems like a shill. He doesn't seem like a legit truther to me. There's something about that guy that just seems shilly. And now he went and proved it 100% shill confirmed. He's hanging out on the Baby Truther show, hanging out with David Weiss and Jaron. All he had to do was just this much research, just a speck of research, and he would know that these guys are shill bags. They run scams all the time. Jaron has failed a bunch of flat Earth experiments. He was on the Flat Earth Hit Piece documentary, Behind the Curve. David Weiss with his tracking app, and they watched a woman get beaten, of course, not too long ago. So if he'd have just done just this much research, he would know not to hang out with these shillbags. But the fact that he jumped at the first opportunity to take Alex Stein's spot and sit there and muck it up with those guys and help David Weiss confirmed. So he probably got some new people to sign up for the tracking app. So I'm sure David Weiss got new people paying for his debunked flat Earth AE map tracking app. And whenever you bring up the fact that it's a tracking app and is data mining and stealing people's info, they say, you're already getting tracked. Hey, you're already getting tracked. Just because it's a tracking app doesn't mean you're not already being tracked by the government. So they just will tell you that you're already being tracked. They don't even deny that they're running a tracking app. So whenever anyone brings it up, they just go, duh, dummy, you're already being tracked. You've been being tracked for years. They're keeping track of you right now. They're listening to you right now. So why do you care about our little app? So I warned you about these guys before they presented themselves as 100% shill confirmed. But once they present themselves as 100% shill confirmed, then that's it. That means I got it right. So I told you about Owen Benjamin. I told you so. See, anyone who goes on that show, you can't give anyone a pass and say, oh, well, he didn't know that they were shills. It's like, why not? He didn't have enough discernment. Oh, he just wanted to go on there so he could promote his website. That's all. Oh, so as long as you're plugging your own shit, it's okay to hang out with these shill. There's no excuse that you get to come up with to give this guy a pass. So if anyone's here to give this guy a pass, yeah, Jake, well, we take the good with the bad. So just because he's a shill doesn't mean we should stop listening to him entirely. Yes, it does. Well, he does tell some truth. So what? All the shills tell some truth. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys is that once they're on the payroll, once they're on the bad guy side, they're going to tell you some truth, but they're never going to tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them God. It's because they turn their back on God. All right? They've basically committed blasphemy against God. If you team up with shills, you basically have sold your soul. You're a soulless piece of shit. So when I look at Alex Stein, Primetime 99! I'm Primetime 99 Alex Stein on the grind all the time. I'm Primetime 99 grind all the time. Primetime 99 Alex Stein on the grind all the time. You don't know how to grind like I grind. I'm grinding all the time on the Stein all the time on the nine. Nine? Ah! I'm doing InfoWars right now. I'm like the quarterback. It's my big moment right now. It's like my big moment. I'm here to expose the truth to you guys. I'm here to expose the truth. You want to hear the truth from me? I'm Primetime 99 as great as the star in the 99. Don't you want to listen to me for an hour? I don't know about you guys. Let me tell you something right now. Don't you want to listen to this for an hour? I'm going to wake people up. Did you see when I went to the town hall meeting? I'm going to go to a town hall meeting. Act like a flaming faggot. I'm going to go to a town hall meeting right now. Is it my turn to speak? Hi. I'm Flickety Flack Flu, the retard shoe, and I want to get fixed to you. I want to vaccinate in the Lone Star State. I want to act like a flaming faggot for you. Next. All right, you're done. Cut you off. Your time is up, sir. Please leave. Look at me. I went viral. I went viral for acting like a fag. Yay. I went viral. Did you see me go viral? Yes, we saw you act like an idiot, a tard, and you went viral for it. Scripted viral. Congratulations. And what's your reward? I get to sell male vitality. That's my reward. Yeah. Guess what, you guys? I'm not going to do the Baby Truther show anymore. I get to do Alex Jones' show from now on and sell male vitality. And then I go under the desk and I polish his pole. I'm Alex Jones' personal pole polisher. Primetime 9999, Grandstein Dine, Primetime 999. And he got like 100,000 new subscribers for that. So apparently that's what people like nowadays. That's what people think is funny. Going to a town hall meeting and acting like a flaming tard muffin. That's what comedy is now, right? And what does it get you? Where do you get promoted? The 4th hour of InfoWars, where you sell Alex Jones male vitality products. Congratulations. And what do all his little troll bots say? You're just jealous. Sounds like someone's jelly. You're just jealous that he's famous and you're not. Oh, really? I'm jealous of a guy going on a shill show and selling lab-made bullshit that's probably poison? No, I've been calling out Alex Jones for years. I call out his bullshit products long before Stein ever went on there and pushed them. So why the hell would I be jealous of a shill and chemicals that I think are poison? At the very minimum, they don't do shit. So why the hell would I be jealous of a guy who gets to go on InfoWars, which is a shill show, which I called out years ago? So these little haters, these little bots, these little minions who just showed up out of nowhere and suddenly think that Alex Stein is funny, show up to my comment section, want to tell me I'm jealous. Jealous of what? The fake subscribers that show up? The plethora of bots and morons? So apparently, if you do Tucker Carlson and you do InfoWars and you act like an idiot at town hall meetings, you get 100,000 subs in a month. You go from being a cohort on the Baby Truther show to being on national television, sitting next to Tucker Carlson on Fox News, getting plugged by Tucker Carlson while he kisses Tucker Carlson's cock. And then he goes over to AJ's show and pushes male vitality products and does the globalist news, right? We're gonna expose the globalists, folks. We're not gonna talk about NASA. We're not gonna talk about fake space. What we're going to do is we're going to expose the globalists. And how are we going to do it? By having Primetime 99 guest host the show. Thank you for having me, Alex. And I have Primetime Gunstein 99 on the time gun. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, InfoWars. Oh, man. Thanks for having that guy on. You really exposed the shit out of the truth. Danny Brown with a donation. Thanks, Danny Brown. I appreciate that. So, guys, here's the deal. I'm not going to be jealous of anyone who gets an artificial push. Anyone who goes on mainstream television, I'm going to be skeptical of and suspicious of. And of course, I'm going to call these people out. You don't see me going on mainstream media. You don't see me going on InfoWars. And if they were to invite me, I would say no, thank you. Hey, would you like to come host the 4th hour of InfoWars? I'd be like, what? No. I'm going to go live right now and tell my subs that you just asked me to do that and that I just said no so that there's record of it. That's what I would do. If I got a call from anyone asking me if I wanted to go do Tucker Carlson or be on InfoWars, I'd be like, no, thank you. And then I would immediately go live and be like, hey, you guys, do you know what just happened? They wanted me to be on InfoWars, and I said no, because that's a shill show. It's bullshit. I'm not going to do it. But they wanted me to. I would immediately, I'm a big mouth. There, a long time ago, I used to have the mindset that getting on television or mainstream media and opening your mouth and telling the truth is possible. And then I realized along the way, through trial and error and experience, that no, you can't get on mainstream media such as Fox News. You can't go on a mainstream television show and say whatever you want. Anything that comes out of your mouth is definitely going to be scripted. All right. So when he went on Tucker Carlson, he didn't use his opportunity to talk about the earth being flat. All right. To debunk heliocentrism or talk about NASA line. No. He went on there to stroke Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson stroked him back. It was basically a mutual stroke session. And then they talked about the meetings that he went to, the town hall meetings, and how funny it was that he was exposing the left. I don't think he's exposing anything. I don't know a single person who said, hey, Jake, I was totally asleep. I was a sheep. And then Alex Stein, Primetime 99, woke me up. Nobody. I've never heard anyone say that they were a sheep or asleep and then Alex Stein woke them up, that they discovered the truth because of something Alex Stein did and or said. I don't remember any truth that he's ever exposed to anyone. It's like, whoa, I never thought of it like that before. So he's a hack comedian. He doesn't actually have any comedy material or bits or jokes. So if you ever actually watch his stand-up routine, he flops, he fails, because all he does is go up there, tell the crowd that he's Prime Stein, Alex Stein, 99, prime time on the grind all the time. And once he finishes rhyming Stein, Prime 99 over and over again, he doesn't have any actual material. So then he bombs. So if you ever see his stand-up, he sucks. He doesn't have any actual material. And so his material now has become go to town hall meetings or do a Skype town hall meeting deal. So he doesn't even have to go travel to the town hall meeting. Now he'll just set up Skype meetings. So anybody who will let him talk, he's just going to act like a tard muffin, as ridiculous as possible, so that he can get attention. So what does that mean? He's an attention whore. That's all he wants. He wants your attention. And he'll do anything for attention. I don't even think he's all about money so much as he's just so into the attention. Any little stupid thing he can do to get any stupid person to laugh and look at him and get a click or a view. It seems like that's the thing that makes his day. That's the thing that his life is all about. And so I see the people in charge using this character. And of course, it's almost like they're doing it to piss me off even. I don't want to sound too narcissistic, but it's almost like since I called this guy out and made fun of him. Now they're just to piss me off. They're purposely promoting this guy and sticking him in front of me and being like, "We're gonna take this annoying shitbag and we're gonna like give him this artificial fan base. We're gonna totally have him just show up on Alex Jones' show and Tucker Carlson now. We're gonna have him make his rounds." And meanwhile, there's tards who actually follow that guy because he showed up on Tucker Carlson or because they saw him on Alex Jones. So any new person who becomes a fan of his, they came from what? Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. Well, if you're part of those two fan bases, you're already an idiot to begin with. So, congratulations, Alex Stein. You picked up a bunch of idiot fans who watch Fox News and who listen to InfoWars. See, here's the thing. I know my crowd probably doesn't watch a whole lot of Fox News. I know my crowd doesn't probably listen to a whole lot of Tucker Carlson. But Alex Stein, he'll sell out in an instant so that he could be on mainstream television and act like a flamer. He would slit his own grandmother's throat to have a video go viral. So he's actually a perfect fit for what the elites like to have as good little slaves. He's actually a perfect fit to be an actor whore, an act whore on the grand stage. Perfect fit for destroying comedy. If you look, comedy has been absolutely destroyed at all different levels. Sketch comedy's basically dead. Uh, Dave Chappelle appears to be replaced by an imposter. uh, Carlin's long gone, right? And then you have comedians who used to be edgy and cool, like Bill Burr, totally cucked out now, softy. Guys who used to be funny, like Louis C.K., totally cucked out by Hollywood, sucks now. So, one of my favorite art forms is comedy. And one of the problems I have with enjoying it is that I don't really feel like I have anyone to look up to anymore in comedy. Like, holy shit, everyone who I used to like and used to respect totally sold their soul to the devil and turned into a shitbag, uh, a cuck. Their comedy just turned into bullshit, basically, pushing NWO agendas rather than actually coming up with funny punchlines. Too afraid that their career will get canceled if they come up with a joke that brings up race or sensitive topics. So I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way that some of your favorite comedians are no longer funny anymore. Or at some point, it's like they sold their soul and it was like that was the day they stopped being funny. Uh, Bushidoki says Louis C.K. is still pretty funny. I disagree. I watched his last comedy special. I attempted to. I paid $10 for it and I didn't make it through. I got through 20 minutes and I shut it off. And I was psyched up and ready for it. I'm like, okay, haven't seen Louis in a while. He's got this comedy special that's only on his website. And so I paid the $10 and he comes out and within like a few minutes, he flashes his 666 sign for like a good couple seconds. He's like, ah, and he made it very obvious. And then he did about 15 minutes of pedo material. A good 15 minutes about pedo shit. Nasty, not funny, uninspiring pedo shit. And it wasn't funny. And you should never open up your comedy special with something dark and gross and evil. You should come out swinging on your comedy special. You should have some of your best material lined up for that opening 10, 20 minutes. If you're going to do an hour, let's say, you need to have your first chunk of comedy just be blazing. And it was not. I was highly, highly disappointed. And I've seen Louis C.K. perform live. I've paid a ticket to see the man do comedy in the past, uh, 10, 15 years ago, back when he was good. So the last time I watched his special, which was recently, I did not make it through the special. So I would disagree with you and say that he is sold out ever since he went Hollywood and started doing movies and shit, and then went through the humiliation ritual of the jerk off deal, and he fell down the ladder. Now he's climbing back up the ladder slowly. I feel like he's never been the same. There's something that happens to people once they go mainstream Hollywood, and they're never the same again. There's something that happens when you become uber mega famous. It changes people, and it's usually always for the worst. So that was another thing. I used to be envious when I was younger of people who were famous, and now I'm no longer envious of these people, but instead I call them out for their shitbaggery. Like when I was younger, like when I was a kid, I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Now I'm like, Will Smith is a puppet piece of shit actor, and he fake slapped Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is also a puppet sellout actor pretending like he got slapped, right? The most famous thing I've done lately is get fake slapped by Will Smith. Will Smith just fake slapped the shit out of me. Don't you feel sorry for me? You better feel sorry for me. I got motherfuckers talking about me more now than ever. Wow. Can you believe it? I got slapped. What would you would have done? What would you would have done? It's always what would you would have done. Well, in that situation, if it was me and he said that about my wife, I would have went up there, I would have looked him right in his eye, and I would have said, Chris, fuck you, man. That's what I would have done. Then I'd have walked out of there, and I wouldn't have even accepted my award. They want you to say what you would have done in that situation. And that's what everyone did. Everyone's like, I feel bad for Chris Rock. It's like, I don't feel bad for Chris Rock. He got what he deserved. No, you think it's okay that he got slapped? Yeah, if he said that about my wife, I'd have punched him. And then, so what they got everyone to do was put themselves in the scenario as if the whole damn thing was real. Shit, I totally forgot what my point was, but I went into my Chris Rock impression. And I totally got sidetracked there for a minute. Oh, and I almost missed the super chat. Paul Holoquat, or yeah, Holocat, not Holoquat. He doesn't have a Holoquat. It's a Holocat. Paul Holocat says, "Hey," or Halo Cat. Paul Halo Cat says, "Hey Jake, you are the ultimate truth teller. Comedy these days. You're the ultimate truth teller. Comedy these days totally sucks." Yeah, see, I have to agree. And so I find it hard to enjoy anything because all the stuff that I used to enjoy has been tainted, and I can see the obvious evil overtones. I can see the evil associated with the product now. So things I used to like, for instance, professional football. I used to love watching football. Well, now I know it's rigged and it's badly rigged, and so I can't enjoy professional football anymore. And let's see, I used to enjoy professional wrestling, and of course that's also uh, run by a really evil dude, Vince McMahon, and they got a bunch of transformers pushing the transformer agenda, pretending to be women. And so, and then there's a bunch of evil shit behind the scenes that have went on with that company, and so I can't really enjoy that anymore. And UFC fights are fixed oftentimes as well, so it's hard for me to enjoy that. Comedy is infiltrated by shills, Sketch comedy is bull crap too. They're like nobody watches Saturday Night Live anymore. There's no good sketch comedy. There's no like awesome, edgy stand-up comedians who I look up to and enjoy anymore. It seems like the ones I like best are dead and gone. And then just the entertainment business as a whole just seems to be crooked and controlled and rigged to where even if you have talent and you have the want and desire to be famous, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it because it's all about who you know and what you're willing to do to become famous, not so much the talent you have. And I even saw this dude with the purple hair. Who's that rapper with the fucking um, rainbow hair? I don't keep up on these guys, but there's that rapper with the rainbow hair and the stupid looking grill and the face tattoos. And he was like, look, there's rappers out there who have 200 followers who are better than me, but they're never going to be famous like me because the game is rigged. Okay, Takashi 69. So yeah, that rainbow haired guy, I'm being told his name is Takashi 69. This rapper guy, he said that there are rappers out there much better than him who only have maybe 100 or 200 followers who are never going to get to his level because the game is rigged. And there's been plenty of celebrities who've even admitted that they've sold their soul. Katy Perry openly admitted she sold her soul. Snoop Dogg rapped about it in Murder Was the Case that he sold his soul to the devil. There's plenty of examples. I think Jay Z's rapped about it as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of examples I'm just not thinking of or haven't seen. So they'll openly admit, and this isn't just a tongue in cheek thing that they do um, just to sound cool or just to be funny or whatever. They're telling the truth. Selling your soul is a real deal. And this goes back to even classic rock and roll musicians like fucking I hate when my mind goes blank. Uh, how does it feel? How does it feel? Be on your own. What's that? What the fuck's that guy's name? Totally, my mind just went blank. What's the old folk rock and roll singer guy's name? Oh my god, I'm gonna feel so stupid that I just Bob Dylan. Ugh, my god. Whenever I'm live, every once in a while, something that I know will just leave my brain. And then I have to sit there and wait for it to come back. So Bob Dylan, how does it feel? Like a rolling stone. So he even admits that he sold his soul to the devil. And he said that these songs just came out of his body like they were magically written and that he didn't even know how he wrote them. So he's been asked in interviews, like, how did you write all those songs, like all those lyrics that you came up with? And all those songs are very lyrical. How did you come up with all that? He's like, well, I sold my soul. He didn't say I sold my soul, but he said I made a deal with the with the big one or the Almighty, and these songs were basically magically written for him. So I've heard of artists even saying that these songs that came out of them, they don't even know how they came up with them. They don't know how they wrote them. It's almost as if someone else's words and notes just came out of their body magically afterwards. And so you have to wonder if there's some sort of magic sorcery involved, even musical magic sorcery, that once you sell your soul, you inherit extra talents and powers to be used for pushing your evil agenda. Yeah, so there's a famous Bob Dylan interview. I'll have to go find the clip and put it in a video in the future. But I don't want to paraphrase it too much. But he basically admits that he sold his soul, and he doesn't even know how he came up with those songs. But it was part of the deal for becoming rich and famous. So getting back to that's one of the reasons why a lot of the stuff that I used to like, I don't like it so much more now as I see through the evil agenda and everything. So movies, television, it's all been corrupted. Uh, Sports, music, comedy, every form of entertainment that I know of is controlled. And so it's hard for me to A, be entertained, and then B, provide entertainment to others when the world around me is gate kept and controlled and full of a bunch of shills and shillbaggery. And it seems like I'm one of the only voices of reason, even attempting to expose it all. So I find it hard to be motivated to want to do damn near anything because what's the end goal? It's like, okay, I'm going to run a YouTube channel and then I want my YouTube channel to get big so then I can become famous. Well, no, I can't become famous. They won't allow that. I don't really want to become famous. But at the same time, I want my YouTube channel to get views and to grow. So it's kind of a contradictory spot where I'm at. Like, shit, I want people to see my videos, but at the same time, I don't want to sell out or become like famous in any sort of evil way or end up pushing or promoting any sort of evil agenda. And so anything I do, I want to like be careful that I don't uh, even accidentally push or promote someone or something that's even slightly evil. So I've made mistakes of hanging out with certain people or vouching for certain people that then went on to show their true colors and made that mistake. Learned my lesson from that shit. And now, just like if I think shit, if I want to make up a song, what kind of song do I want to make, and how far is it even going to go? Because at the tippity top of music, music's controlled. So any song I get will never go super viral because music's controlled. So any comedy bit that I do won't get to go viral around the world because comedy's controlled. Anything I do, I feel like there's a ceiling to it because to get above the ceiling, you have to sell your soul. If you want to bust above that ceiling and really be famous and part of that club, you have to be willing to do more than just perform. You really have to be willing to bend over for the evil agenda. You have to be willing to push and promote the evil agenda at any cost. And you have to go through their little sick initiations and rituals, I'm sure. And so, since I don't partake in any sort of initiations or rituals, I'm not in any club, I don't answer to anyone. I have total freedom to do whatever I want. But with the freedom to do whatever I want, I also know that I'm going to be shadow banned. There's a ceiling to how big anything I do can get, basically. And then the bigger I do get, then the more shills and shitbaggery I have to deal with. So, for instance, when I start calling out shills and making waves, and more people start showing up, more eyeballs start tuning in, then the shills start firing back twice as hard and playing dirty, calling the police on me and filing false reports against me and my channel, making imposter channels of me, making hit piece videos of me, trying to confuse my fans with these imposter accounts, pretending to be me and shit. So it's an evil game, and I can see why hardly anybody wants to do what I do. So I don't even know what point I was trying to make there, but I made like several different points, but now I forget what the ultimate point there. But well, John X with a donation coming in says, "We love and respect you, Jake." Thank you very much, John X. I appreciate that. That's a very generous donation. Faith says Jake would never wear a dress. Yeah, like if Hollywood came knocking and we're like, we want you to be in this new comedy movie, and then there's this scene where we want you to wear a dress, right away I'd be like, time out. Uh, hold up. Right away, dude. Hollywood. I know Hollywood's not going to come knocking. No matter how much talent I have, no matter what musical ability I have, how funny I can be with my jokes or my physical comedy, Hollywood's not going to come knocking, and I'm not going to go drive down there and try and audition for shit. The closest I ever came was my family and friends would tell me that I should try out for American Idol. And I thought, well, maybe I'll go stand in line and give it a try and sing. But from what I heard, you wait in line all day and then you try out real quick for judges who aren't the main judges on TV. So you don't get to try out for the main judges. You get to try out for these other pre-judges who basically vet you before you get to go on to the later rounds. And so I never went and did it, but that was as close as I ever thought of coming to trying out for anything. But I never did. So I've never been in any mainstream hit piece documentaries. I've never been in any sort of movie or television show, and I've never went down to Los Angeles or tried out for anything. So you really can't pin me on any of the shill shit. I've had shills show up to my flat Earth gatherings that I set up to try and put me as guilty by association with those guys. But I've long since called those guys out and pointed out that I'm the one who set up the flat Earth gathering, and some of these shills would randomly show up to meet me. Anyway, but that's been discussed in streams past. All right, what else did I want to bring up? I had some other things I wanted to discuss with you guys. Oh, they're starting to ramp up the mass bang bang events. You guys know the mass pow pow events. Bra pa 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 pow. Yeah, they're starting to ramp up those events. I noticed. If you guys remember, while the world was fighting the boogeyman disease, we saw a reduction in the amount of mass bang 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 events, which of course led people like myself to say, "Hey, it looks like the boogeyman disease cured people, shooting up the joint. It cured shooting up the joint." And now that they've pulled back the boogeyman disease restrictions, they've rolled back the boogeyman disease in general. It's like they turned the boogeyman disease knob down. Now here we go again with the mass bang bang events. And of course, we're using code lingo here because, well, you know why, because of censorship. So when I say mass bang bang event, I'm talking about these drills that they perform. They did one in New York recently. You can go on BitChute and you can find the evidence that it's another drill. I would make a video about it here on YouTube, but it would not last. It would not last but a few minutes. They would take it down. And so if I include any footage and call it a drill, they'll take it down. So over on BitChute, you can find footage of the New York City drill that they just pulled, and has operation written all over it. And then before that, they just did one here in my area of Sacramento, California, and they had a bunch of act whores go on television and smile with duper's delight. And so they just did two of them recently, back to back, on each coast. And so they've been ramping up these mass bang bang events recently. So it's funny how they can switch, from one operation to another, and it's like they can turn it down like a throttle, right? They can be like, all right, let's jack up the boogeyman disease full throttle to where if you walk into a supermarket, you're going to get attacked for having your face exposed. And now they can turn it back down to where now you can walk in the same supermarket and they're like, "Hi, welcome to the supermarket." Right? And now they're going to go with these mass bang bang pow pow events again and try to push the notion that guns are bad. Guns are bad. If we take away all the guns, we'll magically cure the pow pows. We won't have any bang bangs no more if we just take away those guns. And of course, they do these events to convince people that it's a good idea to take away firearms, and they want it to be your idea. So they want you to help vote in the legislation to take away your own protection. Let the police do the protecting for you. There's no reason you should want to protect yourself when you have police who are trained to do the protecting for you. A Retro Bill says, Jake, is it possible to do an impersonation of a mass pow pow event, sort of a bang bang version? Your beatbox. I'm not sure what you're asking. Thanks for the donation. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. An impersonation of a mass pow pow event. Okay. Sort of a bang bang version. Your beatbox. Well, see, my beatboxing in a mass pow pow event are two different things. And for me to reenact one, like you mean act like the actors act? I'm trying to figure out what exactly you mean. I appreciate the donation. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to uh to act out what you're requesting. Uh Rose says a song with all the actors pow pow pows. All right, here's one for you. He says, "Oh, Retro Bill says no, not actors, just gunshots you've done in the past." Oh, okay. I still don't know what you're talking about. Not actors, just gunshots. Uh, you've done it in the past. I still don't know what you're talking about, but I appreciate the donations, bro. Hey, let me here. I got one for you. You guys might be able to know who this is. All right, which crisis act whore is this? Are we ready? Hi, my name is, and I am the parent of one of the kids who is involved in the shooting. All right, who's that? Oh yes, we already have a winner. GG Cash. First one says Robbie. Retro Bill says Robbie. Yep. That was, of course, the one that got the whole crisis act horror ball rolling for me. Really got the wheels turning in my head. Was like that guy just totally smiled, asked if we were ready to go, and then got into character, took a breath, and then went on to say that his child was executed. I don't know about that. All right. So Retro Bill made a request for me to reenact an impersonation of a mass pow pow event. So let me see if I can somehow fulfill that and bring some supposed comedy into the mess. Ping pow, ting pow. Holy shit! Holy shit! I think I hear gunshots. Ping pow, ping pow, ting pow. Holy shit! Holy shit! I know what I'll do. I'll put on my muzzle. That'll help protect me. There. It protects me against the boogeyman. It should also protect me against gunshots. Yeah. He'll never see me now. There you go. I don't know. That was the best I could come up with on the spot. All right, I got some laughing emojis out of it. That's the best I can make up on the spot. Remember, I told you that there's certain people who believe that their muzzle actually blocks little spiky balls from entering their face. So there's actually people out there who think that there's spiky balls floating around, like if you cough or you sneeze, that you're going to shoot spiky balls and stuff. And so I see, like, for instance, these Asians at the casino, and they're always like walking around with their muzzle on, and it's like they think that these spiky balls are trying to get inside their mouth, like ping, pew. Oh, I'm staying safe right now. Ting, pew. Spiky balls are trying to get in here, but they can't because I'm smart and I'm being safe. Ping, pew. See all these spiky balls trying to get in my nose? They can't do it. They're being blocked. See? Because I still see people wearing their muzzle by themselves. And so if you're wearing your muzzle by yourself, then that means you're definitely not doing it to keep anyone else safe. You're doing it to keep yourself safe. And so if you're wearing a muzzle to keep yourself safe, that means you actually believe that there are floaty, spiky balls trying to go in your nose and mouth, and that your muzzle stops them like a protective shield of sorts, right? So instead of a bulletproof vest, you got your muzzle to block you, right? Here we go. Ping! Whoa, one's trying to go in my eye. Pew! That was close. Oh shit, it's trying to go in my ear. Ting! You need to have one over all your orifices. That's the way I see it. You need to have one covering all your orifices. Because if there are little spiky balls floating around, what's to stop them from going in your eye or in your ear or up your bunghole? I mean, little spiky balls, I think, are small enough that they can get through your underwear and go right inside your anus. And we all know that the anus is a very receptive cavity. uh, That'd be funny if you have to wear like a special ritualistic diaper to protect your anus from spiky balls. The Asians who go to the casino are the funniest because, like, I'll see them with like a muzzle and a face shield. So they'll do muzzle and plastic face shield, but then they'll go and they'll like wear gloves even. But then they'll go to the casino and hang out next to thousands of people. So it's like they're scared, but they think all those layers protect them. I don't know. So they're scared, but they're not that scared. So they're scared enough to wear the layers, but not scared enough to stay away from people. They want to go be in Vegas. Like if you go to Las Vegas and you go to any casino, you're going to find Asians, and 90% chance they're going to be muzzled. Out of all the races, the Asians are the most muzzled of all. That's not me being racist. That's just a fact. And already me mentioning Asians, we have people requesting my Asian music, which of course, the reason why they're such obedient people and they all wear muzzles and they do what the government tells them, is because they all listen to this kind of music. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coke. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. That's why, and that's not racist either. That's how their music sounds. Okay. You know what's awesome about being an unsigned, non-sellout comedian entertainer is that you can't really get canceled, right? You might get kicked off a platform or whatever, but your career can't be actually canceled. No one actually has ownership of me or any of my material. So I'm able to make jokes and say certain things that would get people canceled in Hollywood. But since I don't live in Hollywood, haven't sold my soul to Hollywood, I can pretty much say what I want within reason over here. You know, I can't say anything I want on this platform. Now, over on, let's say, one of those other alternative platforms, you can say whatever you want, but there's also a lot less people over there, and they don't have this awesome chat deal set up. So here we are, still chatting it up on YouTube, trying to get the truth out there. All right. Still busting these shills after all these years. Still the one that busts those shills. Still the one, and I keep it real. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. All right. Oh, also, Faith asked last time for me to do a Macho Man Randy Savage impression, and I totally missed the comment, and so I need to go ahead and do that. Pot Fried 420 with a donation says, "Can you impersonate the Chinese rap by CKY or Brandon D. Camillo?" I'd have to go watch it. I've probably seen it before, but I forget what it is, so I'd have to go back and rewatch it, bro. I appreciate the donation, but I totally forgot whatever it is that you're asking. I maybe have never even seen it. I don't know. I don't want to stop what I'm doing and try to open it up and find it and watch it. But thank you for the donation, Pop Fried 420. But I got a request by my mod Faith to do a Macho Man Randy Savage impression, and I totally blanked out on it last time I was live. So, Faith, I hope you're listening. Hope you're still here. Let me tell you something. So I heard there was this little pipsqueak Jew bag who was talking trash about the Macho Man. That's right, it's me, Prince. I didn't know it's Stein on the grind all the time. Listen here, you little pipsqueak. If you step in the ring with the Macho Man, I'm gonna snap your back like you were a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Because everybody knows when you're dealing with the Macho Man, you're dealing with God's finest creation. If you know what I mean, Mean Gene. All right. Well, we got 177 people watching. If you're having fun right now, smash that thumbs up button. Let's get to 150 if we can. We're almost to 150. I see 134. Smash that thumbs up button if you're still having fun. And we'll do a little longer before we wrap up here. Faith says, "Thank you, Jake. You are the best." Oh, no problem. See, I can do about 30 seconds to a minute maybe of Macho Man, and then it starts to hurt my voice. I can do Richie from Boston without hurting my voice too much, but if I do Macho Man, it strains my vocal cords. And after like longer than a minute, it just starts to cause damage. So, for instance, I can tell you to like, share, subscribe, or don't. And recently, I was out riding my bike and vaping at the same time because my truck needs to be fixed. And there were these GMO mosquitoes that started attacking me. All right. And of course, I know that they're GMO mosquitoes because I caught one of the little guys. And then I went and I did an analysis, and it came back that it was indeed a genetically modified mosquito. All right. And so once I got home, I prayed to the Lord Yeshua up above, and instantly the mosquito bites were gone. All right. I don't care if you don't believe me, but we are running out of Patriot food supply, so you're going to want to order as much as you can because the food on the shelves is going to be gone tomorrow. All right. So like and subscribe, but don't. See, I can do Richie, and it doesn't hurt my throat. But then if I take it up a notch and turn up the intensity meter to do Macho Man, let me tell you something. If you want to mess, especially on those, because Macho Man will go from like down here, and then he'll shoot up, and then he'll come back down, and he'll shoot up. So to do a good Macho Man, you have to be like, I was walking down the street, and I was looking for a girl to meet. And that's just when I saw Miss Elizabeth. And I said to her, Miss Elizabeth, will you marry me and step into a Slim Jim with me? Oh, yeah. Gonna need a little bit of raw milk to soothe my soul. See, I don't push the 5 types of collagen. I don't push male vitality. I just drink some raw milk. Ah, that's tasty. I don't even sell it. So you're gonna have to go find your own. You might live in a state where it's illegal. Gee, why is that? Why would it be illegal? Hmm. Well, that's muy bueno. Yeah. How many of you guys are able to get a hold of this? In chat, do you have raw milk available in your state or where you live? And have you tried it? How many of you out there have went and bought yourself a gallon of this stuff and gave it a go? Fusion says not me. Bryn's man cave says no. Pot fried 420 says yep. Sprouts Sacktown. Oh, you're local. Okay. He goes to Sprouts. All right. Yeah, it's more expensive over in Sprouts. Fucking Rusty here. Rusty, how did your hair get on the milk? Did you go inside the refrigerator and steal my milk, Rusty? Sean Smith says never looked. Trulin says illegal here in Canada. Sean Smith says I can get goat milk from a health store. Yeah, the farm I go to also sells goat milk and sheep milk, but they all pretty much taste the same to me. Like there's not that much of a difference to me. very minimal difference. And so the cheapest is the cow milk. So I just buy the cheapest one, the cow milk, because it's expensive to buy raw milk. So to cut down on the costs, I'll actually go to the farm where it's from. Back near my hometown of Modesto, I can go to the farm and pick it up for $6 a gallon. And then in the stores, you'll see it even for like $15 a gallon. Chelsea Lapel or Layapple says, or Lapple, Chelsea Lapple, however you say your name, Lapel says $15 a gallon, exclamation point, question mark. Yes, $15 a gallon, exclamation point. If you go to Sprouts, it's about $15 a gallon. So I go to my farm in Modesto. Whenever I drive through Modesto or I go back to pick up some herb from Modesto area, I stop and I grab like 4 or 5 gallons. So I'll buy like 25, $30 worth all at once. Kenny Homer says, my daughters drink milk out of the jug too. Well, I'm the only one who drinks this. So I'm not worried about any of my other family members or anything because I'm the only one who drinks it. So Rose says, how long does it stay fresh? As long as you keep it cold, it stays fresh for a long time. And you can actually even freeze the stuff and it doesn't kill the bacteria in the milk. They'll actually just go dormant. So you can even freeze it, and then when it thaws back out, the bacteria will be back to life again. So as long as it's nice and cold, it'll stay for a couple weeks. So the date on this one says April 19th, and I bought this like over a week ago. I can't remember the exact date, but I know I've had this for over a week, and it says that this is good till April 19th, and that's just the date that's on there. So if you're keeping it in the fridge, it should stay good for at least 2.5, 3 weeks or so. Hey, I'm Daniel says raw milk never goes bad. It just ferments and becomes healthier with more bacteria. Agreed, but there's some people who don't like the taste of sour milk. There's some parts of the world where people like it to be a little bit sour tasting, but in America, people are turned off by soured milk in most instances. And so when she asks if it's fresh, uh, what she, what she means is it'll just taste like milk without like that sour taste. But if your raw milk does happen to start going sour, it's actually still safe to drink. Whereas soured uh, store bought milk that's been pasteurized is actually no longer good. So I personally am not super big on the sour taste, but I like I like tangy sour taste when it comes to like yogurts and stuff. Like Greek yogurt, I like that sour tangy yogurty flavor. But then like my milk, I want to just be nice and fresh and cold. All right. Put that back in the fridge. All right, I think it's time for Rusty to make an appearance. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. All right. Rusty, would you like to make an appearance, Rusty? Come here. Come here. Come here. There's Rusty's. Him's the good dude. Hold on, Rusty. Nom, nom, nom. Hot dogs. Armor hot dogs. What kind of dog likes Armor hot dogs? Fat dogs, skinny dogs, dogs that climb on rocks. Tough dogs, sissy dogs, even dogs with chicken pox love hot dogs. Armor hot dogs. The dogs love to buy. Rusty Paws. Look at this dog. Mwah. The cutest damn dog ever. Say hello to YouTube, Roosty. Everybody thinks that you're the cutest.
Hi, I'm Ricky. I'm the cutest dog in the world. Hey, everybody. I'm Rusty and I'm cute. Please give me food and take me out for a poop.
That's all he wants. Just give him food, take him for a walk, and he's good. Good to go. Got all the dog lovers in the house. You know what's awesome about dogs is you can teach them to do all sorts of stuff. Whereas like cats are this entirely different sort of creature where they don't really give a shit that much. So like for instance, you've heard of like a dog that's been trained to help a blind person cross the street. A rescue dog can find a person that's buried underneath the snow and dig them out. Whereas a cat's like, fuck you, I'm a cat. I don't care if you're buried in the snow. Whatever. Oh, you're blind? I don't care. I'm a cat. I don't give a fuck if you can't see. I just want a can of tuna. Fuck you. Like that's to me is like how cats are. Never heard of a seeing eye cat for the blind, right? Rusty, ever heard of a seeing eye cat for the blind? Exactly. Me neither. Retro Bill says, holy crap, I was just going to ask if Rusty could do an impression. All right, here's Rusty doing an impression of Alex Prime Stein 99.
I'm at Stein 99 on the Grand Alex Stein 99. Look at me! I'm on TV! Hey, Jared, I can't do the baby truther show anymore! I got promoted to Alex Stein 99, gonna be on InfoWars! I'm gonna be on InfoWars, Jared! InfoWars 1099 on the sky!
That's the best damn impression of Alex Stein I've ever seen a dog do. It's almost as good as mine. That's almost as good as my impression, Rusty. Oh, he learned by listening to me. See, Rusty does a good impression of Alex Stein because he learned by watching me. Rusty. I gave him a bath, and then it's summertime, so now he's like shedding, so his hair is just everywhere. Basically, just gonna ruin my black shirt here. Ugh. The lovely aspects of owning a dog is if you have on a nice shirt, you're gonna be covered in dog fur. You're gonna be that dog fur guy. Somehow one of them ended up in my mouth. One sec. Somehow I got a hair in my mouth. All right. Fusion Density says enjoying that new bass. Indeed. Speaking of, shit, I forgot to show it to you guys. Check it out. It's a Schecter. Yeah. Ooh. There you go. It's a little slip, slap, patty whack. Still getting used to playing it. Whenever you get a new instrument, uh, it always feels a little slightly different in your hands than the one you had before. But this one's pretty close to the Ibanez that I used to play. But nevertheless, still getting used to it. I need to make maybe a few minor adjustments to it to get it just perfect how I like it. But we're getting there. Alex Sards Macharo says you need a loop machine. Oh, I have a loop machine. I plugged the loop machine up a couple streams back, so I have a loop machine. I just don't have it plugged up right now with my new bass. I've been jamming on my new bass without effects and stuff, and just getting the sound to where I like it, and just dialing it in. And so I don't have the loop machine hooked up, but I have a loop machine. The problem is when I start messing with the loop machine, then we start just goofing off, and then I just make up a bunch of goofy songs, and then I start noticing that like the numbers start dropping because we'll spend 15, 20 minutes just making a goofy song where I mix Chinese and Mexican music together for no reason other than just to laugh. So yeah, we have a loop machine, and if you go back to my stream last month, I did a live version of We Don't Have Time and Scott Kelly. So the last live stream, or a couple live streams ago, I did a stream called I'm Feeling Loopy. And not a bunch of people watched it, but if you do watch it, I used the loop machine basically entirely through the entire stream, while Rose and Faith and Jonna X all were right there digging it and enjoying it with me, and telling me to sing Mexican music and Chinese music, and then I ended up doing a fusion of the both. So, but yeah, not plugged up today. Adrian with a donation says testing. Are you testing to see if I can see your donations? I think I missed one of yours earlier. Did you send? You sent a $2 donation earlier, and I might have missed it. Hi, Adrian Chetwind. Adrian Chetwind with 2 different donations. Sorry if I almost missed your donation earlier. You're coming in loud and clear. Faith says it's a sick sound out of that new bass. I dig. Well, yeah, it has a better electronics than the old bass. So my old Ibanez, it's got old electronics. So this is my old bass that I've been playing for so many years, since like 1999, I want to say. So this is the old one, the Ibanez, and it's got these old pickups that are out of date. And then this is the new one. It's got these Fishman pickups, and they're active, and so they make a lot more noise. They pick up, or they don't make a lot more noise, but they pick up the noise a lot more than those old ones. So my slap style gets amplified a lot more, and so I'm having to like turn the bass down and really mess with all these different knobs to figure out what kind of sound I want to get out of this thing, because it's a different sounding instrument than the other bass. And so I'm just still in the getting used to it process, but it's starting to come together pretty well. Need to make a few adjustments, but sounds pretty good. So this is the first time I've bought a brand new instrument out of the box. So no one's ever played it or dropped it or screwed it up. So feels really nice. The paint job's sparkly fresh. And so I'm trying to be real careful with it, right? Don't want to accidentally drop it. Don't want to ding it, mess up the paint job. Wash my greasy ass hands before I play it. Wipe it off afterwards. So it's almost like having like a new car. So when you get a brand new instrument, you start treating it like a car. Whereas the old one, it's been dropped and banged and it's got crap, in between the strings and on the fretboard. This like old rickety. Fusion Density says, I want one now. Well, Schecter makes good stuff. I like these basses. They make good guitars as well. And whenever I would jam on them at Guitar Center, I was always like impressed with how smooth they feel and how I can play fast. And they didn't hinder my style too much. So I always wanted to get one. And when I saw the opportunity to get this one fresh in the box, and it had these pickups where I like them, and it is basically set up similar to my other bass, I decided to go ahead and just pull the trigger and do it, Frying Ball says a sphincter. A sphincter says what? No. I don't think you heard me. A sphincter says what? You guys remember that? Garth from Wayne's World? Michael Connor says, just bought a sweet upright, seasoned. Like a big old upright? I've messed with those. Boom, 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 tickle-a-tack, boom, boom, boom. Those are cool. They just take up a ton of space. And I don't like having an instrument that's like bigger than me. I like being able to like feel like I have real intricate control and a tightness to my playing. And I feel like with a big, huge instrument like that, and the clickety clacketyness and the my hand, I never feel like I have as much control on an instrument. I think they're cool. It's just when I messed with them, it was like too much body. It took up too much space, and it hindered my playing and what I would want to do with it. If that makes sense. All right. So we pretty much talked about most of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to basically bust the shill's balls. We did that. So that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. I'm also going to be working on a few new videos. Jonna X with a donation says, we love your international tunes. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Jonna X. I appreciate that. Appreciate the donations, guys. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up here for today and let you guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll probably post a new video tomorrow or the next day. Uh, and yeah, all right. So I want to for being here. Thank you to all my mods: Faith, Fusion Density, Jonna X, Rose Bellman, Lee. Let's learn something new. This is Jake the Asshole signing off.